Yo everybody, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. And here today guys, I'm here for my Kanye West album tier ranking. So this will be only for Kanye's first 5 albums though, because starting with Yeezus in 2013, that's when Kanye West started to sell out and make horse shit music, honestly. So Yeezus and any albums released after that are not in this ranking for those reasons. So only the 5 albums from 2004 through 2010 are in this ranking. Just wanted to make that rule for y'all before I started the ranking. So let's go and get started. Okay, the first album in the tier is going to be, of course, the debut album, The College Dropout. Great album. One of the best debut rap albums of all time. For sure. You had a lot of good songs like Jesus Walks, Through the Wire, All Falls Down. You even had slow jams that was recorded for this album. Even though it was originally for Twista's Kamikaze album, it was eventually also recorded for Kanye's The College Dropout. But with The College Dropout, the version on that album is longer than the Kamikaze album version, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, this album, though, definitely a great album, and I think it's a album that holds up very well even 20 years later. So College Dropout, definitely a classic. So College Dropout, S tier for sure. Next album in the list or tier ranking is going to be Late Registration, another great album by Kanye West. This is his second studio album released in 2005. So you had a lot of good songs here as well. You had Drive Slow. You had Heard 'Em Say with Adam Levine from Maroon 5. Touch the Sky with Luke Baby Fiasco. Gold Digger. Diamonds from Sierra Leone, the original version, and the remix. So, a lot of good stuff here. So, Late Registration also goes in the S tier for my ranking for Kanye West. Okay, next is Graduation from 2007. Of course, this album makes the S tier. This is my all-time favorite Kanye West album because I think it's his best album. So, Graduation had a lot of amazing songs. You had Can't Tell Me Nothing, Flashing Lights, Good Life featuring T-Pain. Of course, the closing track, Big Brother, that was a dope song. Basically a tribute song to Jay-Z, because Kanye and Jay-Z were really good friends back in the day, and Kanye would consider Jay-Z as a brother, so definitely a good song. Lil Wayne was also on one of the songs. So, this album, definitely one of the greatest albums to ever exist. So, S tier again for Graduation. One of the best albums to ever be released. For real, this album is a classic and never get old. Okay, next is 808s and Heartbreak, released in 2008. I don't think it's one of Kanye West's stronger albums, but I still thought it had some good songs though, like Heartless, which was a great song. Of course, Paranoid with Mr. Hudson was a good song. RoboCop was good. See My Nightmares featuring Lil Wayne was a good song. He also had Amazing on here featuring Young Jeezy. That was a good song. So, 808s and Heartbreak, it was a good album. But it is kind of where Kanye West went more like towards with this pop rap thing. Especially on songs like Heartless. But Heartless was still a great song though. It's one of my favorite Kanye West songs of all time. So, Heartless was a banger though. And then with Paranoid, it had like this type of like, I'm not sure how to describe it, but it had some kind of like pop type of beat, but it was a good song still. So 808's Heartbreak, it also had the song Love Lockdown, which Kanye West uses a lot of auto-tune in that song, but I still thought that was a good song though. So, 808s and Heartbreak, it's a good album, but I don't think it's as good as his first three, but I still think it's a good album, so I'm going to put it in the B tier though. And lastly, guys, is 2010's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. This was a great album, so another one, I'm putting that in the S tier. So, this album had a lot of good songs as well. You had Monster, which was a big collab song with Nicki Minaj, Jay-Z, Rick Ross, Bon Iver. So, Monster was a good song. You also had Runaway with Pusha T on this album. Power was a good song. All of the Lights was a really great song. It had Rihanna and Kid Cudi on it, and it also had additional vocals from, like, Alicia Keys. Also, with the album version of All of the Lights, Fergie was included in it. She had her own verse. So, yeah, this album had a lot of good songs as well. I don't know all the songs off of it as much as I would his first 4 albums, but everything I've heard from this album so far has been really good. So, that's why I'm sticking it in the S tier with the College Dropout, Late Registration, and Graduation, because it was still a very good album from all of the stuff that I've heard from it. So, this be it, guys. This is my official album tier ranking for Kanye West. Only including the first 5 albums, like I already mentioned, because anything else isn't making the list, or the tier ranking, I mean, because either the album is shitty, or collab albums, they're not in here either, because I don't rank collab albums, only studio albums. So any live albums, EPs, mixtapes, collab albums, any of that aren't here. Only the first 5 albums, because that's the only stuff that I care about when it comes to Kanye's studio albums, are these 5 albums. So yeah, guys, this is it for my Kanye West album tier ranking. Hope you guys enjoyed it and all that, and I'm out. Peace.